There you go. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. My name is Stalin Acosta. I am one of the JW Trips tour guide. Tonight with me, I have Mauricio and Yara. They are also JW Trips tour guys. Guys, can you say hello to the camera?
Hello, everyone.
There you go. And we also have Isaac Lopez directly from Hawaii. And Isaac Lopez was also a tour guide for JW Trips. Hey, Isaac. Well, we know who Isaac is. Just look at the background of his video.
Aloha, everyone. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. And even though it's 8 o'clock here on the eastern part of the United States, 7 o'clock Central, and 5 o'clock in California, it's 3 o'clock in Hawaii. We're very happy to see you here. We have 34 connection. This morning for the sunrise, we got up to 70 connection, and we enjoy a beautiful, sunrise this morning. Can I allow my son to join? He's interested but wasn't registered for this morning. Can I give him the coordinates, please? Yes, give him the coordinates and also the Zoom ID. So, Mauricio, let me make you a co-host just in case you want to do your thing. And let me make Isaac Lopez also co-host. That way you guys can do your thing. So, friends, we can open the floor. If you have questions you want us to answer directly, or we can give you an overview of our itinerary. We don't know how much time you have, so we would like to give you the opportunity to ask your questions in case you have to leave right away. Looking around, and no one appears to have an urgent questions. Okay, Mauricio, we can start. Lisbeth gives us the green light to start with the overview.
Right. Well, we'll say a couple of things, and then we'll go ahead and do the slideshow or what you have for us. But well, we're excited to be here with all of you this evening, afternoon for some of you. But it's exciting because, you know, a trip to Hawaii is also referred to by many to a trip to paradise, right? And as Jehovah's people, we look forward to one day of being in a true paradise. However, this is what right now is referred to by many as that. And so many honeymooners, families, friends, lovers of nature will make their way to Hawaii because of the beauty that surrounds it. This morning, we were able to see a tour from the beach with Isaac, the sunrise there. So what a beautiful image that is on video, but imagine being there in person at one of those beaches to see that stunning beauty. And that's why people vacation to Hawaii. It's pristine beaches, it's volcanoes, it's waterfalls. Well, it's majestic waterfalls because we have been before, and some of these waterfalls are amazing. The rainforest there, you can see wildlife while you're there, and for example, we'll talk about a little bit about it later. But in one of the islands, we'll be able to. One of the excursions that you may choose to do is to go whale watching, which I'll tell you from now that is what we're going to do. We're looking forward to going and being able to see the whales from a boat, but close enough. So I'm sure that sounds amazing, and we're looking forward to spending time with you, friends. And then, you know, part of being in paradise is being with our spiritual family, and that's really what makes JW trips unique. Is, you know, we can go on trips by ourselves with our family and have a wonderful time, but when we go on trips with other friends, it just adds so much beauty to our experience. And I'll add to that, to go on trips with friends that you don't even know yet, right? We've gone on many of these trips with friends, and we meet for the first time on day 1, and then on day 8 we're crying when we're separating and feel like family. We had a trip, won't go too far into it. We had a trip, I want to say, well, in August. We had a chat. It was a group of like 54 of us. And I would say pretty much every single day from that day, someone will put a message or something into that chat, still communicating, still sending, their love to the friends, pictures, things of that nature. So it really does become a worldwide brotherhood when we join these trips, and we get to know friends from all over the US and also from, in some cases, around the world. So again, we're looking forward to being able to join many of you there for that beautiful occasion. So if you can go ahead and Stalin, and well, we'll tell a little bit about ourselves before we go there. So I'm Mauricio. This is my wife,
Yara.
and we are in Port St. Lucie, Florida. That is about an hour and a half north of Miami, about an hour and a half southeast of Orlando. So yeah, it's nice here, and many will come to Florida. But where are we going? We're going to Hawaii, and we want to take you with us. So looking forward to that. Yara serves as a pioneer in the congregation. I serve as an elder in our local congregation. And along with that, many other beautiful privileges like SMPW, hospital visitation groups, and have 2 kids, a 19-year-old and a 19-year-old son and a 17-year-old daughter. So just like you, friends, we want to spend time with friends, and so we vacation as a family, but then also we would like to extend our spiritual family and get to know all of you as well. So if you could give us, the overview, Stalin, of that, and then there was a question as regards to the date, so we can get that in there as well. That I believe that will be on the slideshow or answered there.
Indeed. And friends, so something that the Toros failed to mention, because they're a very modest couple, is that their son was recently accepted as a Bethelite. So he's serving in Patterson. If you're nice and you behave well, they will share a picture of him in action. And Isaac Lopez also served in Bethel. So you are definitely in good hands in regards to this trip. So how this is going to work? Well, let me share my screen so that see if, all right, congratulations, mom and dad. I'm going to share my screen so that you can get the basics of the trip. Yeah, I want screen number 2. All righty. So right now you are able to see my screen. And first and foremost, what's the date? The date is November the 29th to December the 6th. Please understand that the trip, the cruise, starts on November the 29th. That means that you need to be in Hawaii the early part of November the 29th, since the boat will leave approximately between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. What some people have done is that they probably will arrive a day earlier. That way they have a little more space on time. Or there are people who arrive early on the 29th. Whatever you decide to do, that is up to you. The price of the cruise, it's only for the cruise. You will need to get your own airfare. So friends, I'm going to start with the presentation. And if you have any questions, just raise your hand or just speak up, and I will be more than happy to slow down and answer your question. Okay? This is free form, and it's a small size group that we can do that. Okay, so again, the company is called JW Trips. We primarily plan trips to Bethel, but sometimes we also plan trips to show nature or just to do different things other than Bethel. And we have three cruises for this year. Actually two, because that one was in 2024. We have the Icon of the Sea on September the 20th to the 27th, and the one to Hawaii on November 29th to December the 6th. And I'm gonna go to the website so that you can see the actual price. Let me see. How come this is the only thing I can see? Give me 1 second. It's funny. It doesn't allow me to change the price. There are three prices, and for some reason the web page is not showing it now. We have interior, we have balcony, and we have ocean view. And I will share that information later in the tour once I figure out why this is not showing me. Let me see if I click book, if it shows the three pricing. Okay, I will take a look at this because right now it's only showing balcony, but I know there's ocean view and interior. You have the dates. I'm gonna go back to the price. And the first thing that we would like to see is actually the itinerary. What's included on this trip? This trip includes unlimited beverages, and this is soft drinks, juices, cocktails, and spirits under $15. It include a specialty dining if you're in balcony, of course. It includes 150 minutes of internet usage, a $50 credit for an excursion. Uh, there is an offer on the flights. If you buy one airfare, you get the other one for free. The governments, the tour guide, and a group dinner are included. Um, Again, airfare to and Honolulu is not included. But if you take advantage of the buy one, get one free, you may be able to save money in there. Travel insurance is not included. It's something that we highly, highly recommend. And as you could expect, the cruise does not include gratuity. And this is for all the servants that will be serving you during the cruise. Airport transfer, meaning you arrive at the airport and from the airport to the cruise. But based on our experience, there's usually a transportation from the cruise line to the cruise. So you may want to get more information once you booked with us. There's no need for a hotel since the cruise will be your hotel. But if you arrive earlier or if you stay after the cruise, then you may need to pay for your own hotel accommodations. So what can you expect on this 7-night Hawaii island? First and foremost, this is the most rated Hawaiian cruise there is right now. Why? Because it actually stopped at 4 islands on the cruise. And a major difference from a traditional cruise that visit an island and it leaves on the same day. Here in Hawaii, we will visit an island, we will be there the entire day, and it is the next day that they're going to leave. So we're going to be there more than 12 hours, close to 24 to be exact. Does anybody know who James Cook was? James Cook. If you were here this morning, you probably know the answer. Let's see. Anybody? James Cook was the one who discovered Hawaii and also discovered Australia. He is the Christopher Columbus of this area. When you get to Hawaii, you get welcomed with a typical a greeting of aloha. Is the spirit behind the people on the island. It's about love, compassion, peace. Does anybody know what aloha means? There you go. Yara said it, but she's on mute.
Hello and goodbye.
Hello and goodbye. So aloha, you could imagine the welcome that you will receive once you get there. People will be dancing and singing, and this is something very, very old. And also, you will be received with a color of flowers and other things. And this is how Hawaiian always receive their guests. Is anybody able to read the text on the screen and would like to help us with that reading? Brother Macmillan, can you read this section? Do you know?
The Hawaiian lei is more than just a garland of flowers. It is a symbol of love, friendship, and welcome. These beautiful chains made from flowers, leaves, shells, or even feathers have a long history in Hawaiian culture.
Culture. That's right. That's right. So if you get one, don't push it away. Hawaii is an interesting country, and you may ask more questions to Isaac Lopez, who I believe have been there for almost a year. I can't remember now how long he has been there. So there are different uh, colors of the sand. You have ultra white, or you have the dark one. Does anybody know why there is a dark sand in Hawaii? Brother Macmillan?
Because of volcanic ash.
Volcanic activity. Don't worry, we are not going to get you too close to an active volcano, but Isaac promised that he's going to fly his drone and he's going to send us the footage. And this is part of the national park. Hawaii is definitely a place beautiful, and one of the areas that we're going to stop is Wawila in Kauai, one of the islands known for its waterfalls. Hawaii is also known as the Rainbow State because of the frequency that you'll be able to see them. The combination of constant rain and sunshine create a celestial spectacle that look like something out of a fairy tale. Maybe this is where Noah and his family actually landed. Not just kidding. Uh, Again, that promise of the rainbow, and you're gonna see many up there. If you like to eat, this is the place to come. Isaac, what's your favorite food? Is it loco moco or rice and burgers or fried eggs and a thick sauce? Or is it pigs? Look at this.
I love it all, Stalin. It's on the spot. It's too hard to choose.
Yes. But one of the things that people like the most about Hawaii is the fresh food. As opposed to the United States, where everything is mass produced, what you eat in Hawaii is probably was produced locally. So, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be food in the cruise as well. You like coconut? Everybody loves coconut, especially if you are from the Caribbean. Even though people believe that, I don't know, Isaac had a picture with lots of coconut trees. The coconut palms are not native to the Hawaiian Islands. They were brought by the Polynesians who colonized this archipelago centuries ago. No complaints. We will have coconut drinks and coconut meat. So just as a review, you need to get your own airfare, right? JW Trips is more than happy to do the booking for you, the time and all that stuff. And day one is just about receiving everyone. And Isaac, are you going to be there the first day? You don't know if it's going to be the
I live
first or
here,
the last.
so I live here, so yes, I'll be.
All right, all right. So imagine having Mauricio, Yara, and Isaac giving you a warm, typical Hawaiian welcome. Isaac is here because he has prepared a specialized excursion for Jehovah's Witnesses, and he's going to give us more details about that. Friends, again, we don't have enough time to really go into the details of all the beauty that you will experience while we're there. But please understand that you're going to have plenty of time for activities once you are on each of the island. Um, Again, Hawaii is right in the middle of Asia and the continuous countries of the United States. Isaac, feel free to stop if you want to say something that will be interesting to the friends. Isaac, have you been to Pearl Harbor?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, and this is in the island of Oahu.
That's correct. Yeah.
All right, all right.
So, yeah, friends, would you like for me to share what I have?
Yep.
Can everyone see my screen just fine?
Yep.
So, just see if I can move something real quick. All right, friends, welcome to Hawaii. Friends, I have since I was a kid growing up, I always dreamed of living in Hawaii because I grew up in Arizona.
Huh.
So you can imagine water for us was something that was wow, special. There wasn't much of it growing up. So I postponed my dream to move to Hawaii when I went to Bethel. I was there for 6 years, but I always had that desire to live in Hawaii. So once I left Bethel, I spent some time with my family and I decided to take the leap of faith to come visit the beautiful island. And I had a wonderful time. I was just blown away by the beauty, the natural beauty, but more importantly, the culture. The culture was the thing that I fell in love with. The people were so humble, they were so hospitable, and it was truly like paradise. So, a few years later, I decided to take another leap of faith to move out here, to now become a tour guide and to be able to show hospitality to brothers and sisters from around the world. So, during my experience, I've been able to explore all of the islands. I've been able to have wonderful experiences, and I've been able to learn the geographic area, understand where to go, what to see, what not to do, what to do, and enjoy the beautiful restaurants and delicious food that Stalin has shared with us. So I'm going to share with you just a brief slideshow presentation of Hawaii. Here you can see it's made up of 8 islands, but there are 4 main ones, and you're going to get to see it all. It's not like when you just come to one island and you stay on one island. During the cruise, you're going to get to experience it all. So that's the beautiful thing about this cruise. Now, the first island and the oldest island is called Kauai, and you can see how beautiful and lush it is. It's extremely green, and the reason for this is because it's the oldest island of the 8 islands. So there's been a lot more time for there to be more vegetation to grow, and it's a lot more secluded. So you really feel like you're in a private island here. Now, during my time here, I got to experience some of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen in my life. The colors are extraordinary. And to my surprise, being from Arizona, well, you can imagine, I was amazed to find out that Hawaii also has a Grand Canyon. That's right. And this one's called the Waimea Canyon. Here you can see a photo of it. It has a waterfall that flows right through the canyon. And this is actually carved out from the waterfall. You can imagine during the deluge, maybe this was something that was carved out. Here you can see the water that flows from the waterfall. There you can see me along the canyon there, observing Jehovah's marvelous power and creation. You can really appreciate the red rock here. And what you're looking at is iron. When the earth is exposed, it's opened up. iron is exposed and it oxidizes, creating this beautiful red color. Now, don't get me started on the food. The food is absolutely amazing. Here, what you're looking at is a Hawaiian taco. That's right, Hawaii has tacos too. And this is a little bit different. Here, instead of your carne asada, it's more of a veggie one. You got some avocado with some tomatoes, some veggies, some cabbage, and the tortilla is made of chickpea. So it's a little bit more veggie for those vegetarians out there. But here you can really appreciate this amazing stunning view. This here, what you're looking at, is called the Nepali Coast. And you may recognize it because it's famously known to be in famous movies such as Jurassic Park, King Kong, and other famous films. So here you can take a helicopter tour. I took a helicopter tour during my visit, and I tell you, friends, I was so humbled by this experience. When we were flying out to the ocean, I had never experienced this before in my life, but a tear came down my eye, and I didn't know what I was experiencing. But the words in Revelation, how the angels praise Jehovah for his creation, worthy are you, Jehovah, of the honor, the glory, and the power. This came to mind when I saw this view, and it's without a doubt one of the most awe-inspiring views you'll ever see in your life. So you can actually experience this when you come to Kauai. Here you can see some more photos of that view. So here I am with some friends. We decided to take a boat tour of this area, and this is in the Nepali coast, and it's the most awe-inspiring experience because if you can handle the boats, some of you may not do so well on boats, but if you do well on boats, this is something you may want to consider doing when you visit. It's one of the most wonderful experiences because you are going along this coast, and oftentimes you find dolphins that find the boat and they'll swim right in front of the boat. So you're dangling your feet right in front of the dolphins, and they're like squirting water at you, and they're very friendly. So it's a very wonderful experience. Now, for those who know about the famous acai, acai is from Brazil. It's a berry. I just came back from Brazil and I had it there. But in Hawaii, we also have it here as well. It's a very delicious, very kind of like a smoothie type of food. It's like a very rich berry, and you can have it with granola, some fruit on the side. Here you can see it with some banana, pineapple, some mango. It's absolutely delicious. You got to try the acai when you come to Hawaii. Now remember, it's pronounced acai, not acai. Some people say acai. That's not the correct pronunciation. They're gonna look at you funny. Just remember, it's the C is pronounced like an S, acai. Now the next island over is called Oahu. This is the island where I live. This is called the gathering place, and you can see why. There's a big city in Oahu. Here I am with some friends from Phoenix that came to visit me, and I took them to see this incredible view. This view here is actually where Elvis filmed the famous movie Blue Hawaii. So he was having a picnic up here with his girlfriend. They're looking out to this view. And did you know that the first Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses is actually in Hawaii? Now, this is not just the first Kingdom Hall in the United States, but it's also the first Kingdom Hall in the world. And there's actually an article you can find here. I'll share with you very briefly. So you can see the article found on jw.org, where you can, and if you'd like to look this up, you can. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen one second, and then I'm gonna share with you the other screen here. Share screen. So here is the article you can find on jw.org. It's called "The First Kingdom Hall Rededicated After 85 Years." So this Kingdom Hall was the first Kingdom Hall to have the name, the title Kingdom Hall. You can read about it, how Brother Rutherford, when he was here in Hawaii, how he decided to call this the first Kingdom Hall. I'll just briefly quote this here. It was before COVID that they rededicated it, but I believe it shows here where he quoted. Let me see if it's here. So here's a photo. I'll show you this photo here. This is when the Kingdom Hall was first built. It was a small little room, but now it's been renovated and expanded. There's now 2 Kingdom Halls within this Kingdom Hall. And this is actually where I attend my meetings. I live right down the street from this Kingdom Hall. My congregation is here. So I get to go to my meetings to the first Kingdom Hall. It's kind of cool. So when friends come along, I'll bring them to the meetings. Often friends write to me, Isaac, I want to attend your meeting. Can I come with you? And they're visiting Hawaii and I'll get to meet them in person. It's really, really nice. So yes, the first Kingdom Hall is here. There's actually an interesting article on the Watchtower Library. If you type in Hawaii, and you'll get a lot of these articles that come up about Hawaii. And the first brother and sister who were here in Hawaii that were baptized as publishers, they were baptized in a church because there was no Kingdom Hall back then. So it's really fascinating to see how the kingdom work has expanded. Now we have Kingdom Halls, we have a place where Hawaii Bethel once was. So I take friends there as well. Now, if you'd like to find more information, just simply Google Jehovah's Witnesses First Kingdom Hall and the jw.org article will come up. All right, so that may be helpful to you. Going back to our presentation here, keynote presentation, we have some extraordinary experiences you can do in Oahu. Here I am with my spiritual family. I call her the lady in the magenta colored shirt. That's my mom. I call her my mom because she, since the moment I came to Hawaii, she opened up her doors to the house and showed me hospitality, treated me like her son. The brother right next to her with the red aloha shirt, that's her son. He's like my brother. And then the brother right next to them is the dad. So I have my spiritual family here in Hawaii. We love to adventure. We love to go out and take boat tours. And you can just see how stunning Oahu is. You can get anything from incredible views to incredible beaches. Here I am with my tour group that came this past September. We had a wonderful time. This is where we had our sunrise tour. You can see the color of the water, how drastically it changes throughout the day. As the sun hovers above the sky, the water becomes turquoise color. Absolutely amazing. And we did some boat tours along. Now you can see us having dinner as a group. Look at that backdrop. That's not fake. That's a real ocean view of the Pacific here. Now, some of you may not know, but how many of you love Dole? How many of you drink your juices, get your Dole juice? Raise your hand if you love Dole. Well, if you love Dole, well, this is actually where Dole began in Hawaii. The mayor of Hawaii was Dole. That was his name. And he owned many parts of Hawaii, much land. And what he decided to do with that land is to create a Dole plantation where he grows tons of pineapple, tons of different trees and fruits. And you can actually come to this Dole plantation and try what's called Dole Whip. So Dole Whip, it's basically like a sorbet, but it's the most enriching pineapple experience you'll ever experience. And you can even get it with chopped pineapple on top. Now you'll notice on the right-hand side, that's a that's a pineapple plant. Have you ever seen a pineapple plant? Well, just one plant produces one pineapple. So you're gonna get to see a lot of these around when you come to Hawaii. Here I am with my parents. I brought my parents to Hawaii when they came for their 30th year anniversary. We had a wonderful time. And we had some of the best food. Now, friends, if you're looking to try something new at home, try this. If you like peanut butter and jelly or almond butter in your sandwich, take some mango, slice it up into some thinly sliced pieces and put it in your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You're gonna have a party in your mouth. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. And right in front of you, we have garlic shrimp. Look at this. They cook this freshly caught shrimp from Hawaii. They marinate it in big chunks of garlic. So if you love garlic, you're gonna have the best garlic shrimp on the island here. Of course, they have some udon noodles, which is famously known in Japan. In Hawaii, since we're so close to Japan, you're gonna get to see a lot of Japanese influence, a lot of Japanese food, characters. It's a very Asian-oriented culture here. Now we're gonna move briefly, quickly, because I know we're short on time, but here we're gonna move on to the island of Maui. And this is the third island, or the second island you're gonna be visiting on the trip. And here, this is the best place to snorkel. So if you're looking for an adventure, come and snorkel here in Hawaii. Like Stalin mentioned, you're gonna find black sand beaches here, and you can see why. As we move closer to the Big Island, you're gonna find fresher land because the volcanoes are in the Big Island. So as we move our way east, you're gonna find a lot more lava. And here I had some of the best banana bread in my life. How many of you love banana bread? Raise your hand if you love banana bread. Oh my goodness. I ate the whole loaf by myself. That's how much I loved banana bread. You're gonna get to perhaps take the road to Hana, which will show you some scenic views of Hawaii. And of course, as Mauricio mentioned, the waterfalls are spectacular. Well, friends, we've come to our final island, and this is called the Big Island. You can guess why. Because it's so big, you can fit all of the islands into this one island. It's massive. And what you're looking at here is a photo of the volcano, the eye of the volcano. This is the island where the active volcanoes are located. Now, you may be wondering, well, Isaac, am I gonna get burned by the volcano? No, you're not. It's perfectly safe. This volcano here in the Big Island is not a rapid flowing volcano. It's a slow flowing volcano. So when it erupts, it's very slow. There's plenty of time to move out of the way. If you get burnt, well, that's because you literally went to the volcano and you intentionally tried to get close to it. So other than that, you have nothing to worry about. So during my experience here, you get to really engage into farm life here in the Big Island because it's such a fresh land. It's continuously growing and there's tons of farmland. So here you can see that you find tons of beautiful fresh fruit here. Like Stalin mentioned, a lot of fruit is produced in Hawaii. Unfortunately, it's changing as time progresses. They're starting to import more food as time progresses. But here in the Big Island, you do get to experience more of what island life is like. In front of you, you find the papaya, the passion fruit. And here in Hawaii, we call it lilikoi. So in some places, they may call it maracuja. In Brazil, they call it, I don't know, what do we call it in Spanish? I forget what we call it in Spanish. But
we call it parcha.
Parcha, okay. Parcha, and then there's
Maracuya, also we call it.
oh, okay, very nice. I saw some hands too, so I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. So if
No,
you
it was for the banana bread. Who
oh,
loves
the banana bread. Okay. Yeah, the banana bread is amazing. And then dragon fruit. We have some dragon fruit here. So what's really fascinating is if you notice here, what you're looking at is a crevice in the earth. And this is near the volcano. But if you notice something along the side there, it's kind of hazy. That's actually steam coming out from the earth. So as you're walking along the edge of the crater, you feel the steam coming out from the earth hitting your face. It's quite amazing to feel the earth and Jehovah's power. It's quite fascinating. There you can see me. I did a hike down the crater. This is an area where volcano lava does tend to flow, but you can see here it's perfectly safe. There's no flow at the moment. There I am you can see people walking along the center of the area. If you want to go towards the active area, you would just continue to walk straight. And but as you can see, it's just massive. You would never come across the lava in itself. but it's quite an amazing feeling to walk on fresh land. Some of the freshest land on earth. To be able to walk on it, it's quite fascinating. There you can see I'm standing along a black sand beach, and the sand is not as you would imagine. It's not very smooth. It's actually very coarse and rough. But it's quite amazing to be able to walk on this black sand. And what's really special about the Big Island is that it has one of 4 green sand beaches in the world. So if you're looking for a really, really awesome adventure, you can pay a lady on a truck. Many of you may not do this, but you can pay a lady and she will drive you to the green sand beach where you can witness one of 4 green sand beaches in the world. There you can see me. I'm standing along the area where unfortunately many houses were destroyed by the volcano. Back in 2018, when the eruption really erupted in Hawaii, unfortunately many houses were lost. But here you can see how massive that destruction was. Well, friends, as you can see, Hawaii has so many wonderful things to offer you when you come. And on this cruise, you're going to get to see most of it. So we look forward to hosting you here in Hawaii, meeting you in person, and without a doubt, you'll get to see Jehovah's beautiful creation when you come to Hawaii.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you very much. That was a fantastic presentation. I'm glad you did the presentation. Your presentation is better than mine. Friends, I forgot to introduce you a beautiful, lovely lady. You probably know her when you call the office. She's the one and only Mary. Mary, where are you?
I'm over here.
Beautiful.
Hello.
Thank you, Mary. So if you call the office and you ask for Mary, she's the one who's gonna hook you up. Mary corrected me or updated because I got a little confused. When I show you the website, it is true. Right now, if you go to the website, you're going to see a balcony, 3,400 per person for balcony. And this comes included with a lot of things. As I mentioned yesterday, the beverage package is included, specialty dining, internet, shore excursion, and other amenities. But Mary, you were saying that if someone wants, where is it that you told me? If someone wants ocean view and interior, you can quote that as well.
Yes, yes, because the website only has balcony.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants an ocean view or an interior, an inside, they can call and we can give them a quote.
Right. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for being here. Mauricio, do you have any comments?
So we're looking forward to, again, to being with you guys. Some of you that are already on here, we've been on trips before. So we're looking forward to joining you again and continuing our friendships and making many more friendships. And yet I wanted to add.
So when you join us on these beautiful trips that we do, you will not only just share everything that you saw with Isaac that he showed you, but we will also have spiritual upbuilding days, and we will start off our days with daily texts. We'll have our meetings as well that we'll arrange with everyone. And so it's gonna be really amazing to be with everyone, to share the beautiful creation that Jehovah has given us. Not only that, but also be spiritually uplifted and spiritually fed while we're there.
And to add to that, so one of the first cruises that we took with JW Trips was to Jamaica and Grand Cayman. But honestly, there was a couple of highlights out of that trip. And it was one, being able to visit the local congregation. And even the circuit overseer visit was happening at that time. So we got to see the circuit overseer visit, got to meet the friends in Cayman Islands. But another beautiful thing was when we had our midweek meeting on the boat. Um, you know, sometimes we take it for granted all the work that goes to making our meetings here locally, and we know all the friends, and we know what all the friends can do, and the different parts the friends can give. But coming together on a boat to give parts with friends that we haven't even met yet, it was just the most beautiful thing to see friends from different parts of the world coming together on our ship and giving the different parts. It was just amazing to see that. And again, like I've mentioned, it was almost like a little mini assembly, mini world, being part of the worldwide brotherhood on our ship. So that's really what this is all about, right? We can take trips on our own and we'll have fun, but being together with the friends, there's just nothing like it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And right now, a lot of the friends are going to like international, is it the international conventions that they're being held, or no, the special conventions, right?
Mhm.
The special conventions, they might have applied and we didn't get accepted. However, this is another opportunity that we can have to be with the friends in this spiritual paradise that we have.
Indeed. Indeed. Mary, somebody asked, okay, I saw that you responded. Mary is actively reading all of your comments and she's responding right away. Somebody talked about what are the deadlines, cancellations, etc. And I believe we have a table of that information on the actual trip itself, which contains what percentage you get back and so forth, so on. In the yes, right there. It's right where it says terms and conditions, and it says what the penalty will be. I saw something else. Somebody says, is this the right cruise for me? Well, if you like Hawaii, then absolute yes. No other cruise exists that will make the stops that Isaac mentioned before. Per person. Per person, right, Mary? Not per room,
Yeah, it's per person.
per person.
Per person.
What is
And
the
there are adjoining cabins for those that want to be side next to each other. And there's where there's a door,
yeah,
where you can. Mhm.
you can go from one room to another. I didn't think about that, Mary. Thank you. That is a good idea. Someone asked, Mary, somebody's asking, what is the approximate airfare from CLT, which I think is a
Charlotte?
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 Mhm.
Yeah, it depends. That's like I'd have to go in and um, get it. Right now, it's high. Just if everybody goes in on Expedia or whatever to see what their fare is, it is pretty high right now. They're like over $1,000. But I can actually go now and quote it if that person wants to know.
Okay. And I just went into Google and I put CLT to Hawaii, and there are different prices and with stops. But Mary can give you a customized quote, especially where the cruise actually starts, because that's where you want to go. Is it possible to find out? Is it is it possible to find out if there is anyone interested who may be looking for a roommate, or is there a single occupancy rate? I think that's another Mary's question.
For a single occupancy on let me see if I have that. Um, but I know it's almost 7,000. It's I'm not 100% sure, but you know, if you want, you can send me an email.
Yep.
You know, Stalin, if you want to
Yeah, Mary.
share that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and give them the single occupancy rate, but they are pretty high to do the single on this Hawaii cruise.
Yeah, Mary at jwtrips.com. I'm gonna put it on the chat for any type of questions that you may have. Good questions, friends. Keep them
So there
coming.
was a question in regards to how much walking would be involved. And to answer that, it just really depends on what excursions you opt to do. In many cases, we'll have a conversation with the friends ahead of time, and some of the friends will together we'll book certain excursions. But then there's others that knowing their limitations, there's levels of activities all the way numbered 1 to 3. 3 being the highest activity level, 1 being very little. So in many cases, there's wheelchair accessible places and things of that nature. So it really depends on you. You're not obligated to have to do any of these things. Like if a group wants to go to like where the volcanoes are and the craters, that group can do that, and then other groups can do something a little simpler. They don't have to do that. But for the most part, we'll be doing a lot of activities on the ship together that aren't going to require any walking or any extraneous activities. But there will be days as well where the group will break off and do different activities with others that if we're not planning on doing that, you don't have to participate in. Like an example, some of the friends this morning mentioned kayaking. So there is an opportunity to do kayaking and snorkeling. Well, that's not for everybody. So everybody that's going to go on the cruise with us is not going to be going kayaking and snorkeling, but others that do want to do that can.
Thank you. Thank you, Mauricio. I'm trying to read as fast as I can. Isaac, are you still connected? Some people are asking, will there be shopping? Would there be shopping?
You want
Do you have
shopping? We can do shopping. I mean,
do you have a tour? Do you have an excursion just to go out and shop?
we do. Yeah, I included that on my last tour. We have one of actually the largest outdoor mall in the United States here in Ala Moana. So whatever you want to buy, whether that's luxury goods or aloha shirts or souvenirs, I know the best places to get you the best deals for souvenir shopping. Some of you, souvenirs are so expensive, especially in the tourist areas. So I could definitely make sure to take you to get your souvenirs at a good place. Um, but yes, Hawaii is very tourist friendly. So we have a lot of they have a lot of stores and places you can buy souvenirs.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody is asking, where do I find the excursion? I think that information is within the cruise. Isaac Lopez will be preparing a more detailed excursion for Jehovah's Witnesses so that you friends can explore the island with other brothers and sisters. Isaac, somebody is asking, is the flea market still ongoing at the stadium?
Yeah, yes, it is. Unfortunately, I don't take friends there
Why?
because it's costly to enter, and then it's also
Uh,
because they charge per person to enter, and also it's very chaotic. It's like very like a lot of movement is going on.
mm,
It's hard to find parking sometimes, and then sometimes too you get a little hustled,
ah,
you
ah,
know.
ah.
So they see you're a tourist, and you know. So that's why I like to take friends to places where the souvenirs are more affordable, they're nicer, and you know you're not getting hustled. So, but yes, I did. I've gone to the swap. What do they call it? The
Flea market.
flea market. Yes,
Swap
I
meet.
went to the flea market. My mom loves going there, and then I found out better deals, and now she's like, okay, I'm not going there anymore.
Exactly.
So
Too much hustle.
yeah, yeah. So
Somebody. Hi, Victoria. Good to see you.
Hello,
Uh,
hello.
Victoria asks, is 3,400 for double occupancy? That is correct. It's for double occupancy. If you want the single rate, please call Mary or send her an email at mary@jwtrips.com,
Okay.
jwtrips.com, and she will give you that information. Isaac, do you take every group to Chinatown in Honolulu?
no, I don't take people to Chinatown. So my tour is mostly based on the North Shore. I take people to the macadamia nut farms. I take them to the North Shore to see some beautiful areas up in the North Shore. And then I also take people to the First Kingdom Hall so they can see it in person. I take them to where Hawaii Bethel once was. Now it's a Kingdom Hall. I take them to see some incredible views of the island, some lookouts, and to eat delicious food. You know, I think that's the big highlight, the food.
Yes, the food is the highlight. Someone asked, I think it's Brian or Susan. So if you stay on ship as you decide, that is reasonable aboard. That is, yeah, it's your call if you want to go down to the island, but if you're gonna go this far, you might as well go down and explore each island on your own. Isaac, is Hawaii pretty much safe as far as safety is concerned?
Yes, Hawaii is very safe. It's probably one of the safest places in the world, I would say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you can wear nice things. You don't have to worry about anything getting stolen. The one thing that is of a concern sometimes is just, if you get out of the vehicle, just hide whatever items. Don't let anything explode. But other than that, it's very safe. It's a very safe place.
Thank you. Somebody's asking,
Yeah.
are there any cruise trips where you can stay a day or night on an island? Mary, this cruise actually stays in the island for more than 24 hours. They actually leave the next day to the next island. Is that correct?
Um, when they wake up in the morning, they're already going to be docked. The ship is already going to be at the following. See, they travel at night, not like a regular cruise line. You're 24 hours at sea waiting to get to the, not this one. You're on an island. The following day you wake up, you're in another island. The following morning you wake up, you're in another island. It's
Okay,
like a hop on, hop off, situation. So you're never at sea. You're only at sea at night to go to the following island.
I see. I see. That gives you
Mhm.
more time. Do you handle the flight arrangements or can we handle that on our own? And the answer is yes to both. But if you want help and you want someone to do that for you, JW Trips will be more than happy to help you with
Excuse
that.
me.
Yeah, go ahead,
I,
Mary.
I I wanted to say that on the buy one get one free that Norwegian has now that someone asked earlier, um, it has restrictions. Norwegian Cruise Line is saying, I will fly you here, and the person next to you can fly for free, but you have to fly on my terms. It's
Mm,
what the cruise line is saying. So basically, if you do choose that and they have a great rate, you can't choose your airline, you can't choose the flight time. Once you pay the final payment, you can't get out of it, you're stuck with that flight. You can't upgrade. They put you in basic economy. You have to stay in basic economy. So you can't upgrade to a better seat, to a business, first class, whatever. You will be ticketed 30 days before the cruise. You will not know, we will not know, and the cruise line will not know your flight itinerary until 30 days before the cruise. So that's
buy one, get one free.
the restrictions for, yeah, for buy one get one free.
On the Norwegian cruise.
Thank you, Mary. Friends, Isaac Lopez have to go. I guess it's like 4 p.m. He got places to go. Isaac, if someone wants to get in touch with you, do you have any personal contact information that you want to display on the screen so that people can get in touch with you?
Yeah, you don't happen to have the same one you shared this morning, do you?
Yes, I do. I was just hoping that you show it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have
It's on your because I'm in a different computer now.
Oh,
If you
it's okay. I will put my
if you go to our WhatsApp chat, it's right there. Oh, I remember where it is. El equipo. There you go. Found it.
Mhm.
Friends, this is the information that we recommend you use to getting in touch with Isaac Lopez. If you have additional questions, he has a tour just about coffee. He visited this plantation, and man, if the fruits were good, imagine what the coffee tastes like. And also, the information that you see on the screen is not only his contact information. If you want to send a donation because you enjoy the presentation today, feel free to show our appreciation for Isaac Lopez. Didn't he do a fantastic job today? Let's give him a round of applause.
thanks, friends. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. I think this
Always
has
a joy
been
to see your
your
it's always
best tour ever.
It's always a joy to see your beautiful faces. And Mary, it's so good to see you again. It's been a while.
Too.
And
Indeed.
yeah, we hope to meet you in person. If you want to keep in touch, you can reach out to me. I also help friends visit Bethel for larger groups, or if you need help Bethel with accommodations such as B&Bs, houses, recommended restaurants, activities, you can always reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you visit Bethel. And yes, I look forward to keeping in touch.
Yes, indeed. Aloha and mahalo.
Mahalo, friends.
Mahalo.
Take care,
Yeah.
Isaac.
Mahalo.
Take care, Isaac.
Mahalo.
Yes.
Take care,
Uh,
everyone.
someone is asking, can we get contact info for those from the same state so we can possibly travel to Hawaii together? That information is available once you booked, and obviously with the permission of the other person. But that's exactly what we do. We help people that are traveling from the same location to probably have the same flight arrangement. That way they're not traveling by themselves.
Stalin, for
Yeah.
Sister Coffee, so an example, like on this itinerary, we start in Honolulu or Oahu, and day 2, we arrive to Maui at 8 in the morning, like Mary was saying, but we stay in Maui until the next day at 6 p.m. So we are, in a sense, staying the night at an island. So you are able to do things up until pretty late.
Yeah.
I'd have to check with the cruise line, or have either I can do that, or Mary, if you can help us with that. I'm not sure what the on off of the ship is, if it's a 24-hour getting on and off the ship, or if they have a set time. Like
No, yeah. Yeah, they have a set time.
Okay.
And they're all basically 6 o'clock. You have to be before 6. You know, the other island is at 6, 5:30, and 5:30. So, you know, you have to be on the ship before that time.
Right. So like in Maui, like again, we get there at 8, the next day it leaves at 6. But on day 4, then that day, even though we're gonna be on the big island for 2 days, we're actually at 2 different ports.
Yeah.
We'll be in Hilo one day, and then we'll board the ship and leave at 6 p.m. and arrive on the other side of the island in Kona at 7 in the morning. The next day we'll already be there. Or even though it says there, if you were to look on the itinerary of the cruise line, it says there that we arrive at 7. It's not we'll arrive there probably at 3 in the morning. They just won't let us off the ship until no earlier than 7 in the morning, or at whatever time they start the disembarkation of that island. And then pretty much the last 2 days, days 6 and 7, similar, we'll be in Kauai. We arrive to Kauai at 8 a.m. and we leave the next day at 5:30 a.m. So I can, Stalin, if you can also put my email address on there,
Sure.
they can feel free to ask questions as well, since we'll be the tour guides on the ground, we'll call it, or on the ship. But to some extent, what I would like to find out from the ship in itself is if I were, for example, to get off the ship on day 1, do I have to return to the ship that same day, or do I just have to be back to the ship before it leaves at 6 p.m. the next day, for those days that we're staying on the same island? Obviously for Kona and Hilo, well, that wouldn't be the case because you're only there for part of the day. How many people does the ship hold? This is a 2,150 passenger ship. So and it was remodeled in 2022. So it is a newer ship in regards to remodeling. So it's not a brand new ship like we would think, like it just got built, but it was remodeled in 2022. So as far as its decoration and everything else, it's a 3-year-old ship.
Someone had asked about, children, like a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, and unfortunately, all cruise lines, even if you have a 1-year-old, they also pay, but of course at a less price. So if that person has a child, a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, they can send me an email and I can send them a price, whatever they want, a balcony, an ocean view, an interior cabin, and I can quote them, because yes, children pay, but at a less rate.
Any other questions? Oh, brother, tourist info, please. Okay, I have to look that up.
Actually, do Toro Mauricio at yahoo.com.
It's a question.
Hey, can you type it on the?
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, because that would be a lot quicker. And those of you who have already booked, we're gonna get that information to you. And we don't tend to give the tour guide information before the trip because it's unnecessary work. We would like you to contact the office, since they are the one who will do your traveling arrangements.
Once you book, then we can get in contact.
Yeah.
Later on, we'll create a group chat with everyone that is.
Will there be a group dinner each evening? Mauricio, how do we do this?
So yes, we will be requesting to be put in a section together. So we'll have dinner together. However, just if you have an excursion or plans on doing something, some friends on any given night may decide to do specialty dining. So they'll go off on their own, maybe as a couple or with another couple, whatever the case is. But yes, we will have both an area in the morning where we can have breakfast together and have morning worship together. And then we'll also have an area where we have a designated time for dinner, so that we can have dinner together.
Yeah.
But knowing that obviously we're on vacation, some friends might be doing an excursion and decide to forego dinner that night or do it earlier or whatever the case is. So, but yes, we'll be together throughout the trip.
So yeah, so they usually give us a few tables for us to sit at, and it's really nice because this is where we really get to meet the friends one-on-one. We don't have to sit in the same table every evening. We can move about and really get to know the friends. It's really fun.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Mauricio, well, let me ask, let me do the other question. When is the next cruise? We are doing the 2026 planning right now. So hopefully in the next few months, we should be able to tell you that. What about someone that is disabled? Well, what exactly is the question? Can they come on the cruise? I think the cruise is is handicap friendly, and unless you bring your scooter, um, you can move around using your scooter or your wheelchair. Are you planning a cruise to Alaska in the near future? Mauricio, what do you think? We should do another cruise to Alaska?
Alaska was beautiful.
It was
So
awesome.
yes.
We have to switch. I have to do Alaska,
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and you
yes,
do
yes.
Hawaii.
You have to do it. This is like these are places that are on my bucket list. So I
I'm
could check that one off.
for
And
real.
yes, so
And
Mike,
someone asked about Kona Kai Resort. It is a driving distance. It's about 30 minutes away from the port, the cruise terminal. So obviously you could get an Uber or something of that nature if you were to want to meet somebody at that resort. So that is
brother, that's a question.
Hello, friends.
Mike
Yes.
and
hello.
Pura.
Yeah, we're from El Paso, Texas. We have some situations where I'm caring for an elderly father who's 95 years old, who's not a witness. And I just recently had surgery because of a car accident. And so we're going to have to delay our trip. But my husband has Parkinson's. So what happens if he doesn't feel good that day? He cannot do any of the activities. Are there some provisions?
Mauricio?
So, so the activities that would be on the ship that we would be doing are all voluntary. So, like for example, we'll be having dinner together, we'll be having morning worship together, we'll have our midweek meeting together. So, if he's not feeling well, is not obligated to go to those. The excursions, again, those are through the ship for the most part, and you aren't obligated to do those. However, if they are booked through the cruise line, it would be something with the cruise line, whether what their options are for cancellation.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So an example, like if you were to book a whale watching boat tour, right, and pay for it, and then that morning you felt like you could not get on that boat and go whale watching, it would be the cruise line. You would have to discuss what your options are for cancellation.
But would they force me to go and leave my husband
No,
in the room by himself?
No,
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 not
no,
at
no,
all.
no. You're not forced to do any.
Yeah,
You're
not at all.
forced to do anything.
Do
If
we
you
have to
book-
buy like what's good some trip insurance so that we can be covered?
So for any of these trips, booking that insurance is highly recommended. Like somebody wrote on there earlier, a lot can happen from now to November. So if I would highly recommend that you purchase that, especially I would say at any point in time, but definitely especially if you have health conditions, that is something that would definitely be worthwhile. Mary, you can add to that, I'm sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I wanted to tell everybody that, if they want a travel insurance quote, well, all I need is their age, of course, is based on that, and the total trip cost. And I send them out a quote on the standard policy, three policies actually there are, and they can choose whichever one. All three of them are great. But they can send me an email, mary@jwtrips.com, and I can give them a quote on travel insurance. It covers 100% of the trip for a covered reason. It's an excellent insurance company we use. It's Generali Global Assistance. It covers trip interruption if you're halfway down through the trip and you get sick and you have to fly back home. It also covers that. You can get fully refunded because you had to go back home because something happened, and so that's part of the the cancel the policy. So it's a great insurance. It covers also if someone were to pass away, it covers between 25 to 50,000 of an insurance policy to the surviving person. So it's great insurance. It's great travel insurance and more. It covers much more than
Now,
what I just
will you tell us about that, or is it through a Norwegian?
Norwegian has their own policy.
Okay.
We have we do it through Generali Global Assistance, but you can purchase the Norwegian cruise line. It's a little cheaper, but it's also a good insurance too. So either way.
We like what you told us, because my husband's situation is not, it's day to day. He has good days and bad days.
Mhm.
And then my situation is that because I have a 95-year-old father that I have to take care of, because my sister who was taking care of him passed away last year. So now it's on me. But what happened 6 months later after that, I was in a serious car accident. And so I recently had surgery just 6 days ago, and I can't move. So
Mm.
so we're limited right now, but we want to plan this while he can still walk a little bit and enjoy traveling. And so we want to do it, if not this year, then next year. So that's what we enjoy in the group.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. It sounds good, and that's why travel insurance is it's very, very, very highly recommended, because things can happen. We always think, nah, it's not going to happen to us, but things can happen, and with having that travel insurance, you're going to get fully refunded. Of course, remember, it's a covered reason. You will get fully refunded.
So we get the travel insurance through Norwegian or through you?
Through either way, you could purchase directly with the cruise line. I can give you the price, and I can also give you the price that the insurance company that we use.
Okay, all right. I think we would prefer.
Mary, I'm sorry to interrupt, Mary. You said, what do you need to provide for the insurance information?
I need the person's age,
Okay.
and of course the total trip cost if you're doing the balcony, whatever cabin you choose, whatever price. It's that price plus your age. I need the state that you live in, because it's
Okay.
based on the state, and then I could send you the quote.
Okay.
So
Thank
your
you.
age, state, and the total trip cost.
And can I
Thank
ask,
you.
is there a limit to how many is going to be in the JW group? I mean, do you have a set number of cabins already, or?
Yes, yes,
do?
we have plenty of cabins for this cruise line, and like I mentioned, right now they're all balconies, but if you want an ocean view or an interior, I can quote you on that one.
Oh no,
But we have plenty.
balcony.
Hey,
Big balcony
Yes.
with a lounge chair.
yes, big balcony.
Yeah.
Mike and Pura. Mikey, is that an old hand or a new hand?
No, it's an old hand. I'm sorry, but I was gonna say that some of the friends have asked if okay. All right, we're both not doing well, but here, but you answered the question about the cancellation. You answered the question about the insurance. So we won't know that information about till we book. And so how early do we have to book? Because I don't know what his health and my father's health will be. And I'm it's only 6 days since my surgery on my knee.
Okay. It says here, deposit is non-refundable. The days before the trip, 179 to 151 trips, there's a 25% penalty. 150 days to 121 is
No,
50.
Stalin.
Yeah.
I think she meant when it is, for her deposit to make the reservation. Whenever, there's still availability, it's open. Once all the cabins get full, we close the cruise line. So you're only been 6 days with your surgery,
Yeah.
and let's say a month from now or 2 months from now you feel better and you say, hey, you know what, I think I can go to this cruise. You can get on the website to see if there's still availability or call us.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, we have a set number of cabins. Once we sell them, yeah, they're all
That's
sold.
it. That's it till the next year.
Yeah.
Do you go to Hawaii every year?
I don't know what 2026
Because we've been married
destinations are.
yeah, we've been married 45 years. So we
Oh,
planned a trip to our to Hawaii on our 10th anniversary. And the ship caught on fire.
oh wow.
And we had to change everything. So our 10th anniversary cruise was destroyed. So we didn't enjoy anything of the Hawaiian cruise. So we want to do it right this 45th, but now we're not in good physical shape. And now, since my sister's death last year, then I'm in charge of my 95-year-old father. And unless I have, I have other siblings that can help me. One brother's in the truth. And so he'll come down and allow us to go on our trip, because we want to be able to enjoy, we want him to be able to walk and enjoy it, because
Right.
Parkinson's is progressive. And so,
sis, can I jump in?
yes, please.
My husband and I want to do this trip for our 45th anniversary too.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Look
45
at that.
years. Yeah.
that's wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, we want to enjoy it. We want to enjoy it while he's still able to enjoy it himself. I don't want him to be in a wheelchair. I want him to be able to use a cane, get in a bus and see something. So we're looking forward to go. But I said, because of circumstances, we may have to not go this year, but the next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, if next year JW Trips doesn't have a Hawaii cruise, because we don't know the destinations yet, I can give you a private quote for you and your husband.
Okay, thank you.
But
So
not
the trip is planned. Which are the dates for this trip?
November 29th to December
November
Six.
29th.
the 6th. November 29th to December the 6th. We are approximately 10 months away.
And we need to have our monies in for deposit by when for this trip?
The last day, final payment is August 1st, 2025.
Okay. We should know by August.
Yeah.
We should know by August about our physical and circumstances.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
We have
Yes.
the funds, but we have limitations because of our physical condition and my father's physical condition.
Put it under prayer, and I'm pretty sure Jehovah will provide some guidance.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not a witness, so he will not allow the friends to help him. But right now, because of my surgery, my brother, who is a ministerial servant, had to fly down from Florida to take care of him because I am unable to drive. I've not been allowed to drive. I see my surgeon Thursday. So this has been a very bad situation. This accident happened about a year ago. And my last 3 words were, when I saw this car coming at me and nowhere to go, was, please remember me, Jehovah. Because you don't know if you're going to survive something like this. He was going 20 miles above the speed limit and just took the whole front of the car. I spent the night in emergency room. I had 2 cracked vertebrae and a destroyed knee. And my sister had just passed away 7 months before. And my 95-year-old father said, if this other daughter dies, I'm going to kill myself.
Wow.
It's terrible, terrible, terrible what we have been through. And the family of members of this person that hit us in his car accident said that I was driving 80 miles an hour with my lights off. lies. So in a situation like that, you have to use secular legal. We got to get a legal representation because of the lies.
Okay, so
Yeah, we recently got it's been 2 or 3 weeks. We recently got a check that paid for the new car that I had to buy. Not brand new, of course, 3 years old. That replaced the destroyed car, but I'm having problems still because of the car accident. But friends, it's you never know what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.